So they're arriving here right now as we speak. There's the bright orange number 1. You just can't miss that Suburban Motors machine of Steve Rapp as he arrives on the scene outside front row. That's number 45 of Benny Carlson. Danny Eslick, I mean, on the pole with Benny Carlson outside. There's the 29 of Tyler O'Hara. He's one you want to watch. Very exciting young man right there. No doubt about it. Our Vance Hines Harley-Davidson field have all assembled here at the starting grid as we get set to go. And again, your front row, Eslick, O'Hara, and Carlson. Row number 2, Wyman, McAllister, and Rapp. Who's it going to be off the line? O'Hara got off to a good start, but the bike balked a little bit. It's Eslick who looks to be leading him, but they're 4 wide for the moment up front. This is a wild one right here already.
Boy, he had to muscle Benny Carlson out of the way. Benny was going to have that whole shot and chop the front end off Eslick's bike, and Eslick said, not today, my friend. And now he leads him up into the turn 3 area, headed into that keyhole, Barry.
The good news is that it's all shiny side up, rubber side down for these Vance Hines pilots as the top 5 get strung out just a little bit. At least they get in order, but that is likely to change because this is one of the most competitive classes that we will see. Again, we'll find out if the lack of track time has any impact here. Right now, they're all good up front.
Well, you can see them running that really tight line down through turn 5 right there, just trying to make the racetrack shorter when you got a slower motorcycle like these Harleys. Quite a bit slower than the 600s these guys are used to riding. Eslick right there, Carlson going at him again, running wide. Tyler O'Hara is right there in 3rd.
Tyler really looking for a way around number 45, Benny Carlson right now, or was on the corner entrance. There's Tyler right there. There's the 33 of Kyle Wyman. So Wyman got a good start here as we look a little deeper in the order, but wow, Danny Eslick, I like how he handles these big XRs.
He can ride anything, and he makes it look easy when he does it. He's just a natural at this sport, and that really pays off, you know, especially when you're jumping from bike to bike like he does. And he's been across the water this year, riding some different stuff in England and in South America somewhere. So he's been getting a lot of track time. Doing really well here in the AMA this year.
And once he gets loosened up a little bit and he gets comfortable, he can kick that thing like a mule. He'll look around over his shoulder. He'll play mind games, and we saw that even during the Daytona 200. But right now, Benny Carlson is so focused, he doesn't want to let Eslick get away from him, I'm thinking.
No way. He's going to have to fight hard to stay with that 69 for sure. No mistakes, really, from Carlson or any of the guys behind him, because old Danny will put him away, man. And right now he's showing the way through the keyhole one more time. O'Hara looks like he's got a good run on Carlson. Maybe there'll be something for him down here when they arrive at turn 6.
Tyler's got a good motorcycle under him right now. He's certainly up there as the top 5 have beginning to really break away from the rest of the field. Carlson, they're fanning out up front. O'Hara tries the high side. Maybe he got it done. It looked as if he did as they went out of camera angle. So now it's the 29, the 69, the 45. And it looks like Wyman's getting racing back there for that 3 spot.
I think that man on the tail end of that's Steve Rapp, if I'm not mistaken. And now this group is really tightened up. Carlson went from 2nd to 4th on that, so that's the kind of racing it is in the Harley class. As Eslick looks down the inside right there, they make their way over through Thunder Valley for the 2nd time. That's not going to happen. O'Hara with a good initial start, but didn't go very well. Now he's find his way back up to the front.
You know, we talk a lot about how exciting Danny Eslick is to watch, but an equally as exciting guy is the guy in the race lead right now, number 29, Tyler O'Hara.
You ain't kidding, and he really knows how to ride one of these Harleys well. He's been competing in this class since it started pretty much. Came really close to closing that championship up a couple years ago, missed it. Michael Barnes ended up winning it. Tyler, number 29, really looks like he means business today in this 11-lap shootout. These guys are going for it.
They are definitely going for it, and we haven't talked much about number 33, Kyle Wyman, but I believe that is the rider back there in the 3 spot, and he is looking very steady and strong and smooth here in the early going of this 11-lap affair.
Well, out of all the riders in that top 5, he's going to be the featherweight of this class. He's the lightest rider, and that kind of may pay some dividends as they make their way down this straightaway. Look at that. That draft works as he goes to the inside of Eslick, and that was Steve Rapp that went a long way around him on the outside. So Eslick got double teamed on that deal.
And you were right about Steve Rapp. He's up in the hunt now again. He is up to the 3 spot. He's pressuring Wyman right now for the 2nd spot, and they were 2 by 2. It looked like the start of a stock car race going into that corner, but they're getting it sorted out a little bit at the moment, but that's all going to change up front. You're not going to count on these guys to run this way till the end.
Yeah, I kind of wonder what Eslick's thinking as he looks down the inside of Rapp again. Maybe he feels like, I don't really need to lead this thing. I know how these things go. Maybe I'll just happy to kind of sit in the pocket and ride. But, you know, that's just my opinion. I don't know that that's the case.
Tyler slipped a little bit.
Yeah.
He slipped a little bit. He lost the rear end of the motorcycle, was able to catch it without spitting him off, which is a trick on these bikes. And he'll slip back to 3rd in the process. He had a moment, I would say.
He did. And Kyle Wyman took full advantage, and Steve Rapp went with him as they almost came together in that last corner. Now Wyman leads him through turn 1. Let's see if he can put his head down and make any kind of break. That's going to be tough.
Our race leader, number 33, Kyle Wyman. He's a great rider. He's a good businessman, but the experience of Steve Rapp might be a problematic thing for him right here as Steve Rapp is looking for a way around number 33, Kyle Wyman. The guy with the best view of that is in 3rd right now, number 29, Tyler O'Hara.
Boy, it's crazy to me how fast these guys ride these Harleys. I tried it once. It's not that easy. Really takes a light hand and a real comfortable approach at it. You can't really muscle these things around. They'll start wobbling, and Steve Rapp is trying to muscle his way around, and he makes it happen. It looks like Barry's they go into 6.
And Eslick back there in the 4th spot with Benny Carlson running in the 5th spot. That is the entire race up front right now. Those 5 long ago have broken away from the field. Now these are 5 very accomplished XR 1200 riders. They've all got a lot of experience. You know, Danny Eslick, number 69, he rode in this class a few years ago and was strong in the first year of the class, got away from it for a little while. He'll tell you right now, these guys have come a long way on these XRs. He's had to work to catch up a little.
Oh yeah, I mean, they have really come a long way. And look at Rapp getting that thing all bouncing around. And that's the thing, if you ride them too hard, you make too quick of a movement like he did. He went from right to left, and that's all it took to get the front end pumping on that Harley. These bikes aren't designed for racetrack use, so you got to keep that in mind. But they have developed them over the last 4 years. They do handle a lot better, but still, if they get to bucking and around, then it could become a real handful for the riders.
And they've been known to spit a rider off the high side and put them about 15 feet in the air because they get all that energy bound up, and when it releases, it is a problem. Right now, no problem out front, though. Rapp's got it kind of reeled back in. There's the 33 of Wyman in the 2 spot.
Speaking of problem, I'm not sure about Eslick. He's falling off the back of this deal right now, and typically you might be all right sitting back there, but I don't know that you want to let it go this far. We'll see if he can make some of that time up. Maybe he just made a mistake that we missed somewhere, Barry.
It looked like the 33 of Wyman had his hand going like, hey, get behind me and run single file, and O'Hara thought he meant go around me, and O'Hara tried to put a move on him right there.
Yeah, I don't think none of these guys are really going to be working together here. One guy might have an idea, but the other guy's probably got another idea.
There's Rapp. He's your leader, 29, Tyler O'Hara. Now, Rapp right now, he's calmed things down a little bit on that machine. He had kind of a moment. I can't really stress enough that once they start into that motion, Scott, it doesn't take long for things to go bad in a hurry. But you know what? I don't think his suspension is to his liking. It's doing it a little bit often around this racetrack.
It is. It's that over from the right to the left, and when the bike takes a set, the front end doesn't look like it's setting up very nicely. It looks like it's taking a minute to find a good point in that, and you can see the bike moving around for Rapp. So he's got to be real easy on those handlebars, and as he comes across, try not to upset the thing. But man, when he gets out front sometimes, we've all seen this guy ride these Harleys like nobody else, so they got to be careful not to let him get too far out there.
In reality, some of the best performances we've ever seen on the Vance Hines Harley have come from Steve Rapp. Here today, though, he's got his hands kind of full right now. All race long, Tyler O'Hara has been one of the guys that he's going to have to do business with here, and Tyler's still in it in the 2 spot. Kyle Wyman takes a check over his shoulder. He sees Benny Carlson right there.
Yeah, from what we're seeing here, I don't know that this Essex day today on the Harley right now, these 4 riders in front of him are not going to make life easy for him if he does decide to make another run. We got action in the middle there. Benny Carlson takes over that 3rd spot, muscles a little Kyle Wyman out of the way, says, let me have a shot at these guys up front.
Benny Carlson's really good here at Mid-Ohio. He's been good all day long. Yeah, this morning in warm-up, as a matter of fact, Benny looked very, very good. That's a real good look at what these big Harley-Davidsons look like when the rider's got a knee down. They're very tall, and it's really fun to watch them when you're down in one of these corners and see them live.
Yeah, they have to get these bikes off the ground to get them to handle and to have ground clearance. So the bikes typically sit kind of high, which makes them flick over the top from left to right pretty easily, really. I have one of these bikes at home, and it's amazing for what they are, what they'll do.
Oh, they're fun on the street.
Yeah.
I had one for a while. I loved it. Hey, if you're up in the New Jersey or anywhere in the Northeast region watching this action here at Mid-Ohio, we're coming your way September 13th and 14th. The Kawasaki Devil Showdown final round championship race will be there in your region. Now's the time to buy your tickets to the Kawasaki's Devil Showdown at New Jersey Motorsports Park and see this action live. It's something else.
Well, Benny Carlson's made his way to 2nd. He could see that the #1 Rap is really getting his groove on right now, and no one else has been able to really do much with him since he's taken that over the lead. And so now Benny's going to try to go at him, but he's going to have Tyler O'Hara to deal with as they get to turn 6.
Yeah, perhaps that would have been a good time for the two of them to get in a nice little single file Springfield mile flat track draft and try to close a little bit up on our race leader. But O'Hara's got, like you said, he's got a mind of his own like they all do. He said, hey, you just put me out in front, I'll catch him, run him down, and then we'll figure it out after we get up there. But Rap's bike is definitely bucking around on him. It's got a lot of motion in it.
I think it's just he's riding it that hard, Barry, right now. And to get the kind of gap he's got on the field that he's dealing with right now, all these guys right here know how to ride these things well. So I think Steve just really whacking that thing a little bit harder than the rest of them right now, and that's what we're seeing.
And he knows how hard he can push his motorcycle, perhaps, and keep it from spitting him off into oblivion. Certainly you can't take anything away from Steve Rapp. He's got the
bump in the racetrack right there where you just saw that, but
sure did. We've seen that on us in the Super Sport class. A couple of guys spun the rear tire up right there with that bump. Tire spin, not so much of a problem on the XRs. These Dunlops hook up really well. They only make about 65 horsepower anyway. It's not about horsepower, it's about handling, isn't it?
It is, and keeping your corner speed. You know, you can't slow these things down that much because they don't accelerate that well. So it's very important to carry good roll speed through the middle of the corner and not slow that momentum down.
You're right, though. I think what you talked about Danny, if Danny had more, he'd be showing it here right now. There's 4 to go, and Eslick is back there on the tail end in 5th and not seemingly, able to close up. Wyman had a moment. Looked like the bars almost came out of his hands.
You don't want that to happen at that speed, man. He would eject him to the moon. But Eslick, it seems like he's closed that back up a little bit, so maybe he's smarter than we are, and maybe he feels like I can still get through this pack of guys. He maybe just want to work his way to the back, kind of a NASCAR move maybe, and just sit back there for a little while. We'll see.
We'll find out. It's all going to, and it's not going to take long when they get back to the stripe. It will be 3 to go. Rapp has been the dominant player for the better part of this one. And the 29 of Tyler O'Hara, he has definitely been in the hunt since lap number 1. Tyler O'Hara may have a little more than he's been showing too, Scott. I don't know. I like the way he's looking right now. He's been calm. He's been cool. He's been collected. He's kept Rapp right where he wanted him, right there in his sights.
Yeah, I mean, he may have a plan. I'm sure all these guys have a plan. Making that plan work, you know, at the end of the race is a real trick, and to be able to place yourself in the right spot. But all these 4 riders up front, even Eslick on that back in that 5th spot, who keeps losing ground here and there, but making it back up a little bit. Just looks like he's struggling that little bit, and when you're off just a little bit in this class, it looks like this.
It is Rapp, O'Hara, Carlson, and Wyman in the 1 through 4 spots right now. They are the ones that appear to have the best shot at being on the podium here this afternoon. There's your second place battle, at least it was for a moment. Benny showed him a wheel for sure. He was all up alongside of him.
Yeah, Tyler fought him off. He said, I don't want to have to get by you again. Let me just leave this brake on a little bit lighter and let this thing roll on into turn 6 right there, and he maintains that second spot by doing so.
I think Tyler looks very, very good. I think he's got a little more than he's showing. That's my forecast. We'll find out. It's not easy to do anything with Steve Rapp for sure. He's so exacting. Maybe it's perhaps that pilot's mentality. I don't know.
Yeah, he's super solid when he gets on one of these things and gets out front. But yeah, it's hard to determine what will happen in a race this close. You can never be so sure.
Well, there it goes, and O'Hara under the draft takes a look on the inside of Rapp. Ooh, able to get it done, and Carlson said, I think I'll go with you. That was a double draft deal right there.
That's kind of that close, you know, just that one little bobble. Push a guy a little bit wide, and not just one, but two made the move on Steve Rapp. And now he'll have to reevaluate his situation now, sitting in that third spot, coming off the keyhole here again. This is a key point of the racetrack, I got to believe, on these bikes especially.
And there's not a lot of time left in this one. We will see a white flag here at the Honda flag stand when they get back. And Benny Carlson, for the first time, had a little brief lead there for a moment, but Tyler tried to spoil the party, but Carlson comes back to the front. And here comes Rapp on the inside. He will get around the 29 or get up next to Tyler O'Hara. Carlson better get on the stick is all I got to tell you.
He better. I mean, he is on it right now, and that 1 and that 29 were having a go right there at each other. Just that close race. Look at Eslick, number 69. He's back in the ball game. That's all it takes is just a little bit of a bobble from those leaders, and now he's already made the move on Wyman.
Proving once again this class this is what they're known for, nose to tail racing, a lot of drafting. Perhaps you'll see an elbow or two bumping another rider in the closing moments of this one. They are not afraid to, as they would say in the NASCAR world, trade a little paint. White flags in the air as well as the blue one to signify to a slower rider to get the heck out of Dodge, and there's a race up front and you're not in it is what that flag means. And Benny Carlson will lead him across the stripe. Can he lead him the final time? We're going to know in one lap.
Yeah, that looked like Shalana they came up on as they come through those last two corners. They all made it through there cleanly, and all of them are right back together in the 69. Maybe he was the smart one, just sitting back there waiting, but this is it right now. So he's put himself in at least a fight, gave himself a fighting chance here, Barry.
Yeah, he did. He's in the fourth spot, and he's got good enough track position to make a move. Carlson's got a couple of bike links on Rapp, but they can draft at short distances here. They do so just a little bit. Rapp in the 2 spot. There's the 29 of O'Hara trying to make a move. Rapp will go to the front. O'Hara will try to do the same thing.
Boy, look at Eslick. He drove right around the outside of Carlson on the inside of Rapp right here. It's going to get tight.
Oh, it is tight.
Oh, he pushed him out of the way.
I don't know how Rapp stayed up if he did.
I'm not sure he did, but I think he...
Yep, he went to the back of the lead draft, but...
You know, Eslick wasn't going to give him an inch because he's had to fight that hard to get back up there. Now look at him. He could actually win this thing.
He very well could. We were just about to count him out, and he's back in the hunt here as they're working Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for the final time, headed for the checkered flag.
Boy, this slower rider better look out because these guys are coming quick.
Yeah, he'll get up.
There he goes.
He got up out of the way. Tyler O'Hara, number 29, leads Danny Eslick, number 69. That's the 45 of Benny Carlson in the 3 spot.
Great ride by Danny Eslick, I tell you. All 5 of those guys in the front pack ran a great race, and but Danny really, he had to put a move on him down in turn 6, did a great job of giving him a shot at that podium.
And we're going to take another look, I believe, here, Scott, and get you to call that last couple of corners. This is a little bit of a look at Eslick going to the inside of the 1.
Well, it started earlier than that, down the back straightaway, and I tell you, we lost that spot, that shot on Rapp, but he was front end bobbled, then the back end stepped out, so Steve Rapp did a great job of staying on that thing after the 69, said, I'm taking this spot. You're going to have to move over right there. And that's just how this class is. It's that cutthroat. When you're running a spec class, spec tires. You know, it's all rider at that point.
Oh man, I tell you what, Steve Rapp, he got to be shaking his head just a little bit right there. I tell you what, you gotta love these Harley-Davidson. You gotta love these Harley-Davidson motorcycles. These XR 1200s, again, as you said, not designed for racing. You couldn't prove that by what we just saw on this racetrack.
Not designed, but sure produced great racing in the AMA, and it's been fun to call this class over the last several years. You know, and Terry Vance did a great job getting back together with Harley and the AMA and deciding to bring this class back in the day. Used to be the 883 class that produced a lot of great riders, the Boston brothers. Lots of good guys came out of that class, and this is another example of that great racing with a Harley.
One of the things I like about this class is it marries Grand National flat track and road race in a way. If you'll notice, guys like Eslick and O'Hara who have dirt track backgrounds, they seem so comfortable on these motorcycles, and the seating position is so Grand National flat track oriented. And the draft is so Grand National flat track, and I just think it marries the two. It really gets supermoto, flat track, and road race skills all wrapped up into one, and that's your man right there. You know what? He sat around in the second spot most of that race, Scott, riding beautifully, didn't put a wheel wrong. Number 29, Tyler O'Hara, will win today with Danny Eslick running in the second spot, and Benny Carlson taking that third spot home here this afternoon. All three performed brilliantly. Kyle Wyman will be fourth. Rapp will take fifth home. Ryan Kerr sixth. Gage McAllister seventh. Nick Hansen eighth. Hayden Schultz ninth. And Josh Chisholm will round out your top 10. We'll have Tyler O'Hara, Eslick, and Benny Carlson coming to our Danielle Teal, as Eslick is already on the scene.
Everything working?
I love these camera mics down there. We're hearing a little bit of that. There's your man of the hour right there, number 29, Tyler O'Hara. The Josh Chisholm Racing Team has put it on top of the box. He's brought the Bartels Harley-Davidson colors with him. Oh, yeah. He's got his K-Tech suspension man right there with him. K-Tech, of course, one of the suspension options, and K-Tech helping Tyler now for a couple of seasons dial in his XR 1200. These guys, there's kind of a fellowship between them, Scott. There's no doubt about it.
There's some definitely from these guys. I mean, they race against each other hard, and they appreciate the effort that each one has put in. Kept it clean, you know.
Plus $16,500 in purse money. Not a bad payday for these Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series riders. All right, let's throw it down and get involved in the celebration with Danielle Teal.
Thanks, Barry. That's right. I'm standing here with second place, number 69, Danny Eslick. Danny, you took your helmet off and said, now that was a good race. Give us the rundown. That's great for your points.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. That was close between me and Steve. I don't think I touched him at all, but just kind of startled him there on the last lap. But I didn't have anything for these guys. They got away from me, and the bike was kind of jumping out of gear a couple of times on me. And, I don't know if there's something to it or just being a Harley, one of them things. So I just can't thank the whole Ruthless Racing, Darren James, Shoei Helmets, Alpine Star, Speed and Strength Leathers, just everybody involved. Thank you, and awesome helmet. Appreciate it. Thank you. Fun race.
There you go. That's your 2010 champ looking for another championship. We're going to step over to third place. Ben Carlson. Ben, a lot of people call you the dark horse in these races. You're always right there, very consistent. Today, you put it on the box, third place. Congratulations.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was I knew it would be a good race. We ran good in qualifying and in morning warm-up. So, hats off to all the rest of the riders. We had a really, really good battle. Should have made for some good TV. And it was a good race, just nice, clean fun. That's what motorcycle racing's about. But just hats off to Bell Helmets, Carriac, and Suburban Motors, Harley-Davidson, Aerostar Global Logistics, and all the rest of the guys, Joe and Wayne. Thanks.
There you go, third place. Congratulations. Now we're searching for first. He's still, let's find him. It's Tyler O'Hara. Anywhere? There he is. Oh, sorry. Hey, Tyler, congratulations on first place. This will definitely help you in your hunt for the championship.
Yeah, you know, I knew this weekend was going to be a turning point, and it's going to be a battle all the way to the end of the year. Everyone's riding so good, and it just feels so good to come out of here with a win. I've been, you know, we left Laguna, and we've been fourth, and we drove all week to get here out to Ohio. The fans are awesome, and, you know, I'm just happy to be up here on the box. I can't thank Josh Chisholm Racing enough for helping me, and Barnett Clutches, Motu Oils, Bartels Harley-Davidson, all the fans for coming out. My wife back at home, miss you guys, miss my dogs. Just happy to be up here having a great time.
Congratulations, first place, number 29, Tyler O'Hara.